We live in the age of digital chaos. Everything is screaming for your attention. And worse, everything is engineered to win. From the glowing red notifications on your phone to infinite scroll feeds designed to hijack your dopamine, you are not just distracted, you are being hunted. And in today's world, the one who masters it does not just succeed, he dominates. Focus is no longer a personal trait, it is a weapon. Here is the truth most people are too busy to realize. Distraction is not just around you, it is inside you. The real war is not with your phone, it is with your mind. Every time you check your messages just for a second, you are training your brain to seek instant rewards and abandon deep work. That is not laziness. You need to create an environment that makes it easier to win. That is neurochemistry on autopilot. Dopamine, the brain's reward chemical, rewards novelty, quick hits, and shallow victories. Cal Newport, author of Deep Work, said it best. Clarity about what matters provides clarity about what does not. But here is the catch. You cannot just will your way into focus. Start with ruthless elimination. Turn off notifications. Your mind cannot focus if your body is fried. Block junk apps. Put your phone in another room. Use tools like website blockers or Pomodoro timers. Silence the noise before it silences your ambition. Then, go internal. Meditate. Even 5 minutes of silence can reset your cognitive engine. Move your body. Clarity often begins with sweat. Real rest. Deep, uninterrupted sleep. Rest, not scrolling at midnight. What you pay attention to, you become. Because the truth is this, your focus is your life. If your attention is scattered across gossip, memes, trending outrage, then you will feel scattered, outraged, and empty. If your attention is focused on skill building, purposeful work, self-mastery, you will become someone few can compete with. The Stoics knew this long before smartphones existed. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You become what your thoughts make of you." In today's world, we would add, "You become what your attention feeds." So ask yourself this. Are you spending your days reacting, or are you creating? Are you choosing your attention, or is it being auctioned off to the highest bidder? Reclaiming focus is not just about productivity, it is about power. It is about taking back control of your time, your energy, your identity. It is about deciding with absolute clarity, this is what matters. Everything else can wait. And when you live that way, when you choose mastery over motion, purpose over panic, you do not just get more done. You become unstoppable. 6 steps to reclaim your focus and rediscover your true self. Step 1. The impact of pornography on focus. In today's world, where distractions come from every direction, there is one hidden factor that continues to damage our ability to focus, and most people completely overlook it: pornography. You might not notice the effects immediately, but over time, consuming porn weakens your patience, erodes your focus, and slashes your productivity. Its impact is subtle yet powerful. If left unchecked, it pulls you into a vicious cycle of distraction, disconnection, and diminished drive. On occasion, this might not seem like a major issue, but the problem starts when you repeatedly seek out this stimulation. Your brain adapts. It begins to crave higher levels of dopamine for the same level of satisfaction. And slowly, your ability to stay focused on tasks that require deep thinking, mental endurance, and patience starts to fade. When you view explicit images or videos, your brain releases dopamine, the chemical responsible for pleasure and reward. You have likely experienced this firsthand. You sit down, ready to start an important project. The intention is there. But minutes later, your mind drifts. This is about mental performance. You start thinking about browsing the internet or watching porn. The greatest threat to your focus is not external noise. It is internal sabotage. And porn is one of the fastest, easiest, most destructive tools for that sabotage. Before you know it, hours pass. Your motivation is gone. Your energy is scattered. They are about building a sharper, stronger version of yourself. A version that can lead, build, create, and follow through, no matter what temptations show up along the way. The task remains unfinished, not because you are lazy, but because your brain has been overstimulated and rewired by easy, instant gratification. This is not just about morality. This is about your potential. If you cannot control the small temptations, how will you ever conquer the larger goals? So what should you do? Replace that craving with activities that build focus and mental strength, but only if you remain laser-focused on what truly matters. Lock your phone screen during deep work. Break large tasks into smaller, manageable parts. Develop a meditation habit to strengthen your awareness and emotional control. You need to wake up. You need to draw a hard line. You need to take back control. Set clear boundaries with yourself. Reduce or eliminate your exposure to pornographic content. These steps are not just about avoiding distraction. Never forget this. You are in control. You are the gatekeeper of your attention, your energy, and your identity. And this focus, this unshakable clarity, is your key to long-term success. Do not allow short-term pleasure to sabotage long-term greatness. You are capable of achieving extraordinary things. Step 2. Mastering impulse control and dopamine, the gateway to focus and long-term success. In the pursuit of focus and lasting success, there is one internal battle that every man must fight, the war against impulse. And at the center of that battle stands one powerful chemical, dopamine. But in the digital age, where instant stimulation is only one click away, dopamine has become weaponized against you. Dopamine is not your enemy. It is a tool. It is the brain's way of rewarding behavior that feels good, pleasure, progress, novelty. Every time you feel the urge to check your phone the moment it pings. Every time you scroll endlessly because your brain feels bored. Every time you see quick hits of pleasure after a long day. That is not you making a rational choice. That is your dopamine system pulling the strings. When you give in to every impulse, you train your mind to prefer instant gratification over long-term reward. The dopamine release from consuming explicit material is intense and immediate. It makes you feel good for a moment, but then the high fades and your brain starts craving more. The result? Think about it. You lose focus. You lose patience. You lose momentum toward anything that requires depth, discipline, or delay, which leads to numbness when it comes to everyday tasks, studying, building, working, creating. This becomes even more dangerous when it involves content like pornography. More stimulation, more novelty, more escape. Over time, this rewires your brain. It teaches your nervous system to expect constant dopamine spikes. Suddenly, deep work feels like suffering. Discipline feels like punishment. And the more you give in, the more your focus fractures. This is not just a bad habit. This is chemical dependency at a neurological level. And if you do not take back control, dopamine will run your life, not your values, not your vision. Breathe, observe, do not react. So what can you do? You need to reverse the wiring. Start by interrupting the impulse loop. When you feel the pull to check your phone, pause. Each time you delay the short-term reward, you step closer to long-term greatness. When you feel bored, replace the craving for stimulation with action. Read a page, move your body, organize your space. Engage in what builds you, not what numbs you. Dopamine is supposed to reward progress. So train your brain to associate it with things that matter. Exercising learning a new skill. Completing real work, delaying gratification for something bigger. As James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, wrote, "Every action you take is a vote for the person you want to become." Each time you resist a small impulse, you cast a vote for the man you are building. This process is not about perfection. It is about direction. You will stumble. That is part of it. But every time you choose clarity over chaos, discipline over desire, you reclaim a little more of your strength. Impulse control is not just a nice idea. It is the core of self-mastery. And self-mastery is the root of unstoppable focus. So here is the challenge. Will you be the man who reacts to every urge, or the man who redirects every urge towards something greater? The difference between distraction and discipline, between frustration and fulfillment, is only one decision away. Make it count. Step 3. Clarity of purpose, the foundation of focus and fulfillment. If you are serious about rebuilding your focus and achieving sustainable success, you must begin with one critical step: establishing clear goals and purpose in your life. This is not just a helpful idea. It is a fundamental requirement for personal development. Without purpose, your focus will be hijacked by temporary distractions. Without direction, your time will be consumed by low-value activities that pull you further from your potential. Imagine a ship drifting in open waters without a rudder. That is what your life becomes without a defined goal. Every meaningless video you watch, every unplanned hour spent scrolling through social media, every indulgence in bad habits, these are not just innocent pastimes. They erode your motivation. They weaken your belief in yourself. They are small but significant steps away from the life you are meant to live. And here is the dangerous part. These distractions do not just steal your time. They rob you of the satisfaction that comes from real progress. This is why goal setting is not just about ambition. It is about anchoring yourself in purpose. When you know what you want and why you want it, you become unshakable. But vague goals are useless. You need clarity, precision, measurability. Ask yourself, what do I truly want to achieve in this life? Because unclear goals lead to unclear action, and unclear action leads to frustration, confusion, and stagnation. What is the mission that pulls me forward? These moments will come, and when they do, your only defense is your commitment to your purpose. What am I willing to sacrifice for something greater? Do not settle for wishy-washy answers. Now, setting goals is only step 1. The real challenge is sticking to them. You must be prepared for resistance, fatigue, boredom, doubt. Every time you are tempted to procrastinate, every time laziness whispers that you can delay just one more day, every time you feel tired and question whether the work is worth it, that is when you must remember what you are working toward. Your goal is your anchor, your compass, your fire. The late Zig Ziglar said it best. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. Because purpose is not just about metrics. It is about identity. Your goal is the reason you wake up with urgency. It is the drive that pushes you through the setbacks. It is the antidote to chaos and the cure for distraction. When you know what you want, you stop chasing everything else. You cut through the noise. You reclaim your attention. You move with power. This is your life. This is your path. And you only get one shot at it, so define your mission. Commit to it fully. And do not let anything, not fear, not doubt, not temporary pleasure, stand in your way. Because in a world filled with distraction and drift, clarity is your superpower. And a man with purpose is a man who cannot be stopped. Step 4. Eliminate addictive triggers. Take back control of your life. If you are truly serious about regaining your focus and moving closer to your most important goals, then you must stop indulging in the addictive triggers that are silently destroying your discipline. This is not optional. It is a non-negotiable step in your transformation. You are sabotaging your own potential. When you allow your mind to be hijacked by addictive habits, whether it is social media, video games, pornography, or other destructive behaviors. You are not just wasting time. These triggers are not harmless escapes. They are engineered traps designed to hook your attention, steal your energy, and keep you locked in a cycle of distraction and delay. They feel good in the moment, but the cost? Your clarity, your consistency, your future. Let us be honest. These distractions offer artificial satisfaction. They flood your brain with dopamine, delivering a fake sense of accomplishment or joy, while quietly dismantling your ability to focus deeply, think critically, and create meaningfully. The result? When you return to real work, the work that matters, you feel drained. Your brain is being conditioned to crave instant reward and reject sustained effort. Your patience is thin. Your mind is restless. You want to quit. This is not weakness. This is chemistry. So what do? You rise. You rebel. You take back control. Cut the cord. Stop telling yourself these habits are just for fun or not that serious. Stop lying to yourself about how much time you are really wasting. Stop feeding an identity that is built on comfort and avoidance. Think about the life you said you wanted. Think about the goals you claim to care about. It will feel uncomfortable. You will be tempted. Now ask yourself this. Can you ever become that person if you are still addicted to cheap pleasure? The answer is no. Breaking free from these patterns will not be easy. But that discomfort? That is growth. Every time you say no to an old habit, you are saying yes to your higher self. Begin by reducing your exposure. Delete the apps that distract you. Block the websites that trap you. Create a focused environment free from clutter and temptation. Replace toxic routines with empowering ones. Exercise, learning, reading, silence. You cannot expect yourself to rise while staying tethered to the very things that are dragging you down. Remember, every decision you make right now creates a ripple that reaches your future. You are either building strength or feeding weakness. There is no middle ground. The time has come to choose. Are you going to keep surrendering your focus to digital seductions? Or are you going to stand up, draw the line, and reclaim control? Say it out loud. Enough is enough. You deserve more than a life built on impulses. You deserve progress, fulfillment, and clarity. But you will not get there by staying addicted. Cut it off. Clean it out. Rebuild your mind. Do it now, before another day slips away. Step 5. Focus on yourself. Reclaim your power and your future. Focusing on yourself is not selfish. It is necessary. It is the foundation of true focus, long-term success, and lasting fulfillment. In a world overflowing with noise, expectations, and constant external influence, the ability to turn inward, to take control of your own path, is a rare and powerful skill. If you keep living in reaction to others' demands, opinions, or judgments, you will never move with purpose. You will be tossed around by the wind, unsure, unfulfilled, and disconnected from your own truth. It is time to ask yourself with brutal honesty, what do I truly want? What do I need in order to grow? Reflect on your real desires, not what society told you to want, not what your friends expect of you, not what looks good on social media. Start by turning your gaze inward. You must rediscover your inner compass. Because without it, every distraction will look like opportunity, and every setback will feel like failure. You create room for silence, awareness, and change. You can begin building positive habits, mastering self-discipline, and aligning your actions with your long-term vision, not just your momentary emotions. When you focus on yourself, you begin to create space for real progress. Remember this. Short-term pleasure will always try to hijack your attention. Whether it is unhealthy habits, digital distractions, or the need for approval, these forces will pull you off course unless you anchor yourself in something stronger, your own purpose. Focusing on yourself means living with intention. It means making decisions based on your values, not based on what everyone else is doing. It means rejecting the myth that you need to be everything for everyone, and instead becoming exactly what you need for yourself. This is not weakness. This is ownership. Every time you prioritize your physical, mental, and emotional well-being, you are investing in your future self. Every time you say no to what drains you and yes to what sharpens you, you are stepping into leadership over your habits, your mindset, and your destiny. Find your quiet moments. Disconnect from the noise. Dedicate time every day to grow your skills, deepen your knowledge, and strengthen your mindset. Because if you do not do this, the world will do it for you, and the world does not care about your dreams. You must care enough to act, so stand tall. Reject the distractions. Reject the pressure to conform. Reject the urge to drift through life passively. You have the right and the responsibility to shape your own future. And it begins the moment you decide, I will take control. I will focus on me. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Do not wait for permission. Start now. Because when you master yourself, you master your life. And that is how you rise, not by chasing the world, but by becoming the kind of man the world cannot ignore. Step 6. Build a strong self before pursuing relationships. Before you chase after any relationship, whether it is love, friendship, or a professional connection, you must first build a strong, grounded version of yourself. This is not something you achieve overnight. It requires discipline, patience, and relentless commitment to growth. But once you become solid from within, you will not only know how to love yourself, you will offer others the best version of who you truly are. Every time you run into a relationship looking for someone to fix you, to validate you, or to distract you from your inner chaos, you are not being honest, not with yourself, and not with the other person. Never fall into the trap of seeking completion in another person when you have not yet completed yourself. If you do not bring a whole person into the connection, you will end up pulling both of you into confusion and imbalance. Relationships are not meant to be hiding places for your insecurities. They are not escape routes from your flaws. Healthy relationships are built on mutual strength, respect, and clarity, not emotional dependency or blurred boundaries. So ask yourself, are you strong enough to stand on your own 2 feet, even in the middle of life's storms? Are you confident enough to walk alone without losing your identity in the absence of company? If the answer is not yet, then pause. Do not rush into the arms of another. Begin with yourself. Train your body. Build lasting physical strength and energy. Discipline your mind so you can face pain, challenge, and adversity without breaking. Sharpen your intellect. Never stop learning, never stop growing. Develop emotional clarity. Understand your patterns, your triggers, and your needs. Because only when you are whole can you give without fear. Only when you are solid can you receive without losing your center. That is what makes a relationship healthy. 2 strong individuals choosing to grow together, not rescue one another. Do not mistake loneliness for weakness. Solitude is not a curse. It is an opportunity. An opportunity to build your foundation, to know your worth, to heal your wounds before bringing someone else into your world. If you cannot stand strong by yourself, how can you support anyone else? Building a strong self does not mean closing yourself off. It means showing up in relationships from a place of fullness, not emptiness. It means being able to say, I do not need you to fix me. I want us to grow together. So hear this. Do not rush into relationships out of fear, insecurity, or emotional hunger. Wait until you are ready. Wait until you have built yourself into someone you respect, someone who can stand tall, with or without anyone else. Because when you are strong, you will not fear losing anyone. You will not cling. You will not chase. Instead, you will attract, you will elevate, and you will create relationships that are not built on need, but on power, love, and mutual growth. That is when connection becomes transformation. Not because someone completed you, but because you both walked in already whole. Conclusion: the focused life is earned, not given. When you find yourself struggling to stay focused or disciplined, never forget this. Success does not come to those who quit. It comes to those who persist, those who push through temptation and build an unshakable foundation for their future. Every step on this journey is hard. Every battle you fight against distraction, laziness, and self-doubt is a test. But those very struggles are what forge you into a stronger version of yourself. They are not obstacles. They are the path. If you believe that you cannot change, that laziness or bad habits are just who you are lying to yourself. There is no such thing as a fixed identity. There is only the version of you that you are choosing to reinforce every single day. You must stop making excuses. Stop justifying procrastination. Stop defending your comfort zone. You are not made to live a life of distraction and regret. You are built for clarity, power, and purpose. But you will only claim that life when you decide to fight for it. You will begin to feel your strength returning. You will see how mastering dopamine, setting clear goals, and cutting out toxic influences all come together to rebuild your focus, your willpower, and your life. Once you realize that change begins with you, not with your environment, not with motivation, but with a decision, everything shifts. Do not wait for things to get easier. Do not wait for motivation to magically appear. And do not expect results without effort. Every inch of progress will be earned through patience, discipline, and action. There is no shortcut, but there is always a way forward. Each day is a new chance, a new opportunity to move one step closer to the person you were meant to become. Begin again tomorrow, but never give up. If you failed today, so what? Keep pushing, keep showing up, and your life, you will taste a freedom that most people will never know. Because the moment you reclaim your focus, when you finally take command of your thoughts, your habits, that is the freedom of self-mastery. And it belongs only to those who have the courage to confront themselves, fully, honestly, and relentlessly. So look at your goal. Remember why you started, and keep going. Do not let weakness win. Do not let distractions pull you backward. Stand tall, stay strong, and always move forward. Life is not about luck. It is about grit, persistence, and choice. And you, without a doubt, have what it takes.